Okay, rolling.
It's another day in the city, but this day, it's not an ordinary day. This is a day in the life of Aaron Peters. He's on his way to work.
I wake up, I hop a bus, or I take a cab, or I do whatever I gotta do to get here.
But it's a job most dream of. Aaron makes magic in that he's a music producer. And today, he's getting ready to record a new client. Once in his recording studio, it's prep time.
I try and arrive before anybody else shows up. It doesn't always work out that way, but I try. But I get here and make sure everybody that's supposed to be there is there. And I try and accommodate everybody in the room, make sure everybody's okay, get things hooked up, unroll cables, set mics up, make sure everything's working. Maybe I'll make some coffee. And then the session starts, and then the world disappears until we're done. Okay, folks, we are recording, so let's just. Producers work different ways in the studio, in the recording studio. I like to become a part of the band. And that's like a Daniel Lanois trademark. Daniel Lanois produced people like U2 and Emmylou Harris and all these great, fantastic recording artists, and that's what he likes to do. He likes to just put a guitar on and join the band. We're all beautifully created. Yeah, we're all from the start. We're all perfected man. This is who we are. We're all beautifully created. Yeah, we're all made from stars. We're all perfected man. This is who we are. This is how we were created.
But it wasn't always this way for Aaron. Bouncing from foster home to foster home as a child, music was the one constant that he could count on. And seeing a newscast one day set a course. And I looked at that and I'm like, grabbed the phone, called my social worker, get me a foster placement in Winnipeg. I want to go to R.B. Russell High School. Okay, put the phone down. I was just transfixed to this thing, right? And the first thing I thought was, I can write better songs than that guy. So I got in there, and my social worker got me a foster placement in Winnipeg, and I enrolled in R.B. Russell, and that was it. But I had to step by step plan this, because what I wanted was to be in front of a microphone with headphones on, recording one of my songs in that studio. From 13 years old to present, it's been an adventure, with ups and downs like the notes on a music sheet. And it's been those experiences that reflect in his music. It was a desolate place. I can't even remember all the different foster places, the foster homes I went to. I can't remember them all. But all of my early memories are peppered with these foster placements. I'd go home, but there was always, something would come up. So I think that when I write songs, I immediately start from that point where there's someone who's alone, someone who doesn't have anything, someone is in need of all these things, in need of love and safety. That's where I start my songs. And I write them from that perspective. And I find when I write them from that perspective, more people are open to the message. And when the opportunity to perform live comes around, Aaron says with a chuckle, it's when he gets to have fun. On stage, you're just having fun with the people in the crowd. The people in the crowd, they're the most important people in the room. We're just a bunch of schmucks trying to get their attention. Right? One of the highlights for Aaron was the opportunity to be the opening act for a show at the Burton Cummings Theatre and have his childhood idol introduce his act.
Yes, thank you. I'll go out now. They're going to hit the music. Do it up.
It was good to be able to be introduced by Howard Manshine, because I grew up listening to that guy, and he was my best friend, you know. So, well, and he didn't know me from a hole in the ground, but it was nice to finally be able to say in front of everybody, dude, man, you did so, you know, I was a little kid and you rocked, you saved my life, you know, because there was a lot of, like I said, a lot of really unsafe things going on in my life when I was a kid. So it was music. So it was nice to be able to honor that man in front of everybody, you know. That was the coolest part. Yeah.
From the studio of Aaron Peters, I'm Joseph Forey. Good night.
I just want to get to